everyone, my name is Michael Sundburg. I'm with Hendo.Today. I am here with Brittany Bettini of The Main Event, the founder of The Main Event, and I'm going to ask her some questions, and we're going to learn more about The Main Event. What inspired you to create The Main Event in Hendersonville?
So actually, I kind of stumbled upon it. I was looking for an investment. I have a couple of other businesses, and I got kind of thrown into this full-fledged as the main person, and we just kind of went with it. So wasn't something that was really planned out long in advance. I just kind of found the space, fell in love with the space, and I really knew that Hendersonville needed something that was a place for everyone to gather and have a good time. I grew up here, so hearing everyone say my whole life there's nothing to do in Hendersonville, I figured it was a good time to find a place and give people something to do in Hendersonville.
Wow, you really transformed it, made it special.
Yeah.
Can you share the story behind the venue's transformation into a premier event space?
So obviously this building is a huge building. We're I think right under 10,000 square feet, and it used to be a theater. I think at one point long ago it was a car dealership.
Oh, wow.
And so when we got it, it still looked like a theater. So we completely gutted out the theater area and turned it more into like a ballroom. We put new flooring and fixtures and just kind of dressed it up to make it a very blank canvas. We used all neutral colors so that no matter what kind of event you're having, you can come in and decorate it up, and it really fits with whatever it is that you envision for your event.
Nice. It is very, you can add whatever colors you want.
Yeah. We did all black, white, gold, and silver, so that way, no matter what color you wanted to use for your event, it would look, it wouldn't like clash together.
Right. What makes The Main Event stand out from other venues in Western North Carolina?
Well, I think one of the things is the location. We're located right on Main Street. So, that is huge in itself, that it's such a large space, so close to the middle of town. So if you have an event here, then, your guests have other places to go. There's lodging nearby. There's things to do before and after an event. You don't have to drive, out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Also, it's a more contemporary space.
A lot of wedding events and stuff are kind of out.
Yeah, a lot of the venues in our area, which are beautiful, are more rustic, and so there wasn't anywhere in Hendersonville that was more contemporary kind of warehouse feeling that you could have an event that could hold this many people. Right. And so that's what we were going for.
Oh wow, you have your own parking and everything.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah. How has the Hendersonville community influenced the design and services of The Main Event?
I mean, everything that we do has come from feedback from the community. I did not come from the industry I had no experience in this industry. Not events, not service industry, not restaurants, nothing of the sort. My other businesses were online or cleaning or, so I had no idea what I was doing. The community came together behind me in the beginning of this project and gave me ideas and helped me kind of pivot here and there. And everything that we do here is centered around the community. The work that we do with nonprofits, the bar, the parties that we throw. I get a lot of feedback from our customers about what they want to see or what they want to do. And then we really go to work at finding how to make that happen for them. Comedy shows, movie premieres, whatever it is that they want in town, I try to bring it here.
So you interact, touch base, and see what your audience is looking for too.
Yeah, we have a big social media following, and I use a lot of my own personal network to try to figure out what is it that they want to see or do, and then how can I incorporate that into this giant space.
You have a lot of loyal people.
Yeah.
What has been the most memorable event hosted so far?
Gosh, we've had so many amazing events. I think that for me, one of the most memorable was turning the ballroom into a movie theater.
Oh, wow.
Bailey Chase, who is a movie star and like TV star, he relocated here after COVID with his family, and he was in a movie, and they chose our space to do like a showing of the movie. It was completely sold out, and we turned the entire back wall in the ballroom into a movie theater screen.
Oh, wow.
We sold popcorn and candy, and it was just packed out, and it was all for charity. And I think that for me, that was like, it's just fun to see that you can really, if you get creative, do anything with this space. Yeah. Yeah.
How does the main event contribute to the Hendersonville community?
Well, I think that just having a space centralized in the middle of town that can hold a large amount of people. We have some amazing venues in the area, but having a space where, you know, so many people can gather, whether it's for a city event or a private event, we're very versatile in what we offer. It doesn't really matter what you want to do. Here, we work with anybody and everybody to try to make this space conform to whatever it is that they need. And that's really what the community needs, is a hub, a gathering area,
right,
that they can call their own. And we're not just this like hoity-toity fancy event space. And, you know, we can be a real like gritty bar and some nights, a karaoke joint. We can be a fancy black tie affair event space. So it really, whatever it is that the community needs, we're here for. And I think that's what really makes us special.
What do you find most rewarding about hosting milestone celebrations for your community?
Me and Sarah talk about it all the time. We have the best job in the world. Our job is all happy. It's about celebration. It's about partying. It's about having a good time. And we get to be a part of so many people's baby showers, birthday parties. There's very seldomly that we have a serious or like sad event here. Right. It's, you know, 99% of the time it's all about a celebration. And I think that
you're surrounded by joy.
We're always surrounded by excitement and joy. The building never looks the same from day to day. The furniture and the fixtures, everything moves around, and you cannot be bored here.
So the energy is always shifting.
It is always like, you can be, one day we'll have a huge, New Year's Eve party, and then the next day it's a karaoke bar. So you just really never know when you walk in what you're gonna find.
No 2 days are ever the same.
Never in this building.
Are there any local collaborations or partnerships you'd like to highlight?
Yeah, absolutely. The vendors that we work with, whether it's restaurants, a lot of the restaurant owners in town, I knew nothing about catering. I knew nothing about really hosting big events. And so first and foremost, Jessie from Never Blue, who used to be my next door neighbor, she like took me under her wing when we first got going, because I was like over there crying over lunch every day. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's been like that with a lot of the vendors in town. I've been able to help a lot of my friends' businesses who, they're small businesses. We either went to school together. My best friend in the world, Elizabeth, she does balloons. So like anytime we have an event, there's a million balloons everywhere, and she does the most beautiful arrangements. Being able to support other small businesses in my community and nonprofits, that is what, really makes me tick. I can't do this alone. I get a lot of the credit, but 99% of it is not me. It goes to vendors or my staff, who are amazing.
Oh, wow. It's a great event tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited about tonight.
What future plans do you have to expand the venue's offerings or involvement in Hendersonville?
Well, we just got through our first full year in business, first full year with our alcohol license and everything. And it has been, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing, so just been kind of like going with the flow. Now that I have an idea of what everybody really loves and what everybody wants in town, it's going to be a lot more comedy shows, maybe, movie nights. We're going to have like an adult prom. That was like one of the biggest things. We did like a voting thing, and everybody wanted an adult prom. Just things for people to do in town to get excited about. People to look forward to. Yeah, get dressed up, go out, There's not enough of that. We have a lot of things in the area that, are just there every day. But to have an event where, you're planning ahead, you're buying a dress, or, you're getting a suit to wear. As an adult, we don't get a whole lot of things to look forward to. Our lives get very mundane day after day doing the same thing. So I think the grown-ups in Hendersonville need some fun stuff to do, and I'm here to bring it.
That's cool. That's just the name, the main event.
Yeah, the main event.
I would ask some personal journey questions.
Sure.
What inspired you to become an entrepreneur and launch multiple ventures?
So I say this often. It's never honestly spite. I come from a very crazy background of domestic violence, and I was poor. I didn't have money to feed my kids.
So you wanted to be resilient.
I really just wanted to take care of my kids.
Yeah.
I wanted to have freedom and flexibility to be a mom and have a good income at the same time. So that led me to entrepreneurship. Little did I know then that entrepreneurs work 50 times as much as people with a 9-to-5 job for less money.
I see you involve your kids though.
Yeah. Got to put them to work now.
Yeah,
Got to teach them some work ethic in this place. It's such a big space. If everybody doesn't have their hands in it, then you're not going to make it through. So it's been really great though for them to see the transformation that we've gone through as an entrepreneurial family, and I'm really glad that they've seen me go from the very bottom to having something that they hopefully one day will get to appreciate or take over.
It's nice to have a mom as an inspiration to see the.
Yeah, I hope most days I'm an inspiration. Most days I'm just trying to keep my head screwed on straight.
And how has growing up in Hendersonville shaped your perspective as a business owner?
A lot of growing up, I was told, if I wanted to be a successful entrepreneur, I had to leave my hometown. And for me, that really isn't an option. I have kids here that are really settled here, and I can't just pick up and leave and go to a different city. And so for me, I grew up on Main Street. I was one of those crazy kids running up and down the street causing trouble, and I'm pretty sure me and my friends are the reason why Hannah's has like a rule about you can't be in there without your parents under a certain age. So having a business on Main Street, it's a crazy goal that I didn't even know was a goal as a kid.
Yeah.
And it feels good to give back to my community. This community raised me. They made me who I am today. And so it feels really good to be able to do something that impacts people's lives here.
Oh, that's cool. As an award-winning entrepreneur and writer, what drives your passion for giving back to the community?
Well, just the fact that I didn't come from a whole lot when I first got started. That's what drives me to give back. But mostly, it is windy. All of that talk of award-winning entrepreneur and stuff, it feels so different now since starting this place. Because when I started this place, I thought that I was a very important entrepreneur. I had made, money online in my other businesses, and I had done really great things and traveled the world. And then I got this place, and I think this was God's way of humbling me, because I thought I knew everything that there was to know about business. And then I got this place, and I just was like, oh, I know nothing. I'm lost, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm going to fail on a daily basis. That's what I thought. And so, what drives me to give back to my community is the only reason why I haven't failed is the community. Every single event that we have here, the people who are coming in and out of this building are from this area, and they're community members, and they support my business. And so that's what drives me to give back to them every single day.
Yeah. What challenges have you faced as a female entrepreneur in a competitive industry, and how have you overcome them?
Honestly, I don't think that it has anything to do with being a female or male. I think that just entrepreneurs face challenges every single day. It's either financial challenges or staffing challenges, or just the drive and just get up and go every day challenges. And I think that they affect both men and women equally. Honestly, I think sometimes being a woman actually might help me a little bit because I can cry and people just help me. I can be like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. And then someone will be like, oh honey, you poor little thing, let me help you. So honestly, I think that's been an advantage, not a disadvantage during this project. I don't ever look at it as a disadvantage to be a woman. I think that women are amazing and they're powerful, and this is just proof that we can do really cool things. And I just hope to, be more of an inspiration to other women in the area who question whether or not they can own a bar or open a venue or really just do anything.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, now we have advice and a vision section. Okay. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs in Hendersonville or beyond?
Don't give up. That's it. That's really it. If you have an idea and you start the process of trying to make that idea come to life, the only thing that separates me or any successful entrepreneur from other people is that they don't stop. It's the persistence. It's going to get hard. It's going to get financially scary. There are times when you're going to have to really make hard decisions, and stopping is the only thing that will allow you to fail. I should have failed 100,000 times already,
like
and
earlier,
I just won't give up. I'm like,
I'm
the dog that will not die.
So you're adaptable too.
Yeah, like it's, I'll cry for a minute and then I'm just like, yeah, we'll figure it out, and we just keep it moving. So, that's the main piece of advice I always give. And the thing is like, I've been a business coach, and there's no like secret recipe to success. It's that I just wake up every single day for 7 years in a row, whether I feel like it or not, and just keep going. That's really the secret recipe, is persistence.
Where do you see the main event in the next 5 to 10 years?
Gosh.
That's kind of far out.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think that just being the hub, I want the main event to be the place that if you're coming to Hendersonville, you're checking to see what events the main event is having. If you're home for the holidays, you gotta say, okay, what's going on at the main event, while I'm at home. Whether, I don't want it to get mundane, and I want it to always be exciting. I want there to always be something coming. And I don't want it to just be a private event venue. I've fallen in love. We started opening the bar and doing public event venue. We started opening the bar and doing public events because it was a necessity in order to stay alive. We were supposed to only be a wedding venue or like a private event venue for corporate events. And I started opening the bar and opening the venue to the public because I was going to go bankrupt if I didn't, right? So, but I've fallen in love with it. I really have. And like having events and watching the ticket sales, or watching people come in and they're so excited, they've bought special outfits, or, they've got their glow gear on, or whatever it is that we're doing, they're excited to come here and celebrate with us no matter what the occasion is. And I think that that's what I look forward to every day when I wake up, is like, what's the next big thing that we're going to do for Hendersonville?
That's exciting. That is exciting. When you're like, wow, we have all this space, and like, how can
I don't want people to have to go to Greenville or go to Asheville to have fun. I want them to be able to stay home where they're close. They can get an Uber to their house safely without having to go so far away. When you have to travel to Charlotte or Greenville or whatever to do something that you think is fun, it's less fun and it's more expensive.
And it's risky too.
And it's risky, right? I want to try to prevent people from leaving Hendersonville. Have dinner on Main Street, then come to the main event. Like go have a beer at Oklawaha, then stroll down here for the big, laser party. Whatever it is, I want to keep the money and I want to keep the people in Hendersonville.
That makes sense. What role do you envision Hendersonville playing in the growth of small businesses and community-focused initiatives?
I think that Hendersonville is doing an amazing job at supporting small business owners and entrepreneurs. We actually have been a meeting space for one of their, outreach programs to help minority businesses. I know what they've done with 7th Avenue and what they continue to do to support, entrepreneurs through Helene and through all of the different things, through COVID and everything. I think that they're putting a lot of focus on the people who are bringing money in and bringing people in. And I think that that's important. And I think that they're doing a really good job. And I hope that they continue to grow that.
The leadership in this town is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is. We work closely with the city. We've had some city events here. They've been so supportive of me not knowing what I was doing and kind of like hand holding me through it. Between the chamber and the city and the county, everyone's been amazing to the main event. And so we really support what they're doing for small businesses.
Wow. Now we're going to go to personal insights. What does a typical day look like for you as the owner of the main event?
Every day is different. It's never the same and it's never boring. My husband always says that I have the craziest, most exciting life of any human he's ever met. So depending on what the event is, you wake up, you take the kids to school because I'm a mom and an entrepreneur. I grab a Starbucks and head into here, kind of do a download with my amazing sales director, Sarah Cole, and figure out what moving pieces need to move in order to make the next event happen, whether that event is that day or the next day. Ordering things, scheduling people, making sure that all the puzzle pieces are where they need to be so that we can do what we do for either our clients or for the community. But yeah, every day is different.
Every day is busy.
My life is never boring and it's never me resting. Which honestly, that's how I like it. I don't know if I would ever retire or ever rest anyway. So it's good that I have something that keeps me excited.
Yeah.
So I don't get bored and move on to the next business.
That's cool.
I'll be stuck here forever because it's too exciting to leave.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's one thing about the main event that you wish more people knew?
I wish more people knew that we are not just a private event space, that we do have, public events. Our bar is open anytime we're not booked.
We have a great karaoke night too.
We do have a great karaoke night. We've gone viral a couple times for our fun karaoke nights, but just that we're here even when we're not having a private event. So we are a great space for private events because you can break our building down into different areas. So like whether it's a small baby shower or like a huge 300-person event, Sarah, my sales director, I literally couldn't live without her. She's 90% of the reason why we are even still here today.
Yeah.
She can make any event happen. She can show any client how to break it down to make the space work for them. And so she's the perfect person to talk to if you're planning a private event.
Wow. How do you balance your professional achievements with your personal life?
You don't. As an entrepreneur and a mom and a wife and a daughter and a friend, there is no balance to it. It is, trying to do the best I can to be there for who needs me in that moment.
Right.
It was a struggle in the beginning when I first became an entrepreneur to figure out how to be the mom and the entrepreneur at the same time. But I've just become really transparent with everyone in my life.
Yeah.
My life is crazy. I'm super busy, but I will be there when you need me. All you have to do is say, hey mom, chill out with that for a minute. I need you right now. So there's really no balance to it. It's just kind of like a yo-yo. I'm over here and then I'm over here and I'm over there. And I get a little burnout here and there, but for the most part, I think I do a really good job of just taking care of the fire that needs the water at that moment.
You're running around putting out fires.
Yeah, mostly.
Is there a quote or philosophy you live by that has guided your journey?
Yeah, absolutely. One of my business coaches, his quote is, done is better than perfect, because perfect never gets done. And so I live by that. And people think I'm crazy because Sometimes I just throw stuff together. I just throw spaghetti at a wall and it sticks. But the thing about me that makes me, I think, really special is that I never stop moving, and I'm just always doing something. Something's gonna work.
Something's always evolving.
Yeah, something's gonna work if you just are always trying or like pushing something out there. And failures are less noticeable when you are in constant motion. You know,
Right.
like no one notices
bouncing
when
ball,
I got
bounce
3
back.
people in the bar one night because I'm constantly planning the next event where there's going to be 150.
Right.
And so it's really easy to stay motivated if you've always got something going on and that you're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to get stuff done.
Right. Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great
Thank
interview.
you. It's really nice to talk to you.